So, you dropped out of high school, yet you want to live a successful and fulfilling life, and that's fantastic. However, you're going to have to raise your standards and ask yourself this very important question. What kind of a person will I have to become in order to achieve all that I want? Now, the answer to that question will give you some personal development goals, which will then trigger this question. Is there a program out there that can help propel me to the next level? If this is you, then stay tuned as I elaborate on this 4-part video series, the importance of education being the first necessary step to living an abundant life, and to helping you stay motivated to reach your potential and get the support you need to succeed. Hey guys, what's up? It's Wilfredo here, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm a knowledge entrepreneur bringing perspective, passion, and a social impact to the underserved student. I help convert high school dropouts into accredited high school graduates and provide them with a roadmap to transform them into successful entrepreneurs. This channel is not only your resource to getting your high school diploma, it's much more than that. It's your resource to working towards building mindset development, as well as personal development skill sets, and getting the expert advice to building a fulfilling life and career. So make sure you do yourself a favor and watch this video to the entirety, as I will share with you test-taking strategies you'll learn to master any of the high school equivalency exams. It's time to raise your standards. And it all starts by self-examination, by taking inventory of yourself and finding out what's holding you back from moving forward and prospering. So view this opportunity as if this is your time, this is your moment, and all you have to do is get into the right frame of mind. So what's your story? Let's dive into it. Let's talk about the decision that you made to dropping out of high school and how it affected your lifestyle in terms of earning power as well as living conditions. In the storytelling industry, this is called the villain of your story. So let's transform you into the hero of your story. Now, there's a couple hurdles you're going to have to overcome. And based on my 20 years experience consulting young adults who've dropped out of high school, is their internal and external problems that they face on a daily basis. Now, the external problem, this is more about the environment that you're living in, not having a mentor to take you under their wing, or not having someone to look up to, or not having a family member or a friend who are high achievers in life. Now, I can help teach you how to block that external noise and how to self-motivate yourself, as well as helping you build a desire to having a purpose in life. And that, my friend, is what I truly believe is missing out of your life. Now, the internal problem, this is the biggest challenge we face on a daily basis, as we are our biggest critics, right? I mean, we apply more pressure on ourselves than anyone else could. It's that internal voice that tells us, we don't have what it takes, or we're not worthy enough. For some of us, it could just be the intimidation of the curriculum. Not having formulating answers to equations for quite a while could affect our confidence and lower our self-esteem. Now, philosophically speaking, success, that's an overall understanding of how the world works with your situation in it. Now, this can be done in one of two ways. The first is treating the condition of your life as one set of facts amongst countless others. And understanding those conditions will help you improve your life, to conquer those fears. And by investing in your education, that will be the key to living a successful and fulfilling life. Now, how do we start this whole process? Well, first and foremost, it'll be an honor to serve you as your guide in the process of your journey. So you're probably asking yourself, what qualifies me as your guide? And that would be a fair question. And I will come back at you like this: because I'm you. Because I too had dropped out of high school, because I too was in search of a program that could help propel me to the next level. So I went on to become the founder of Will Do Incorporated, and my path to success was not a straight line. As a high school dropout myself who grew up on the north side of Philadelphia, quick shout out to North Philly, I know what it's like to try to make it in this world without a high school diploma. After attending night school, I was able to attain my high school diploma and become the successful entrepreneur I am today. So as for my own personal needs, I went on to create Will Do Academy. It's an online course that teaches critical thinking skills, that focuses on test-taking strategies that will help you prepare for the high-set test, the task test, or the GED exam. The plan moving forward is to provide you with the right set of tools necessary to transform you from victim of society to the hero of your story. And it all starts by heading over to WilfredoReyes.com or click the link below and click on Will Do Academy. There, you'll find all the essentials necessary to master all 5 subject matters covered on each of the high school equivalency exams I just mentioned. Now, my pledge to you is that I promise you that if you stay focused on the task at hand and you commit to the the program that it will help propel you to the next level. So once again, the plan here is to provide you with the right set of tools to help you feel prepared, confident, and in command when you're taking either the HiSET test, the task test, or the GED exam. So as my gift to you, head over to wilfredoreyes.com/social studies or click the link below and download the complete version of the video I'm about to show you from my program and start the process of becoming the best version of yourself. Now, as promised, and without further ado, check out this example of the test-taking strategies you'll learn at Will Do Academy as it pertains to the social studies portion.
Here are 4 main topics you can expect to find on your GED social studies exam. They are geography, which is all about where we live. Laws and government, which covers the rules and the people that define how we live together. Money and business. This is basically the working world, the things that affect how different people make a living. And finally, identity. That's who you are in the world. It includes things like different cultures, beliefs, and even psychology and human behavior. In other words, the things that make you and other people who you are. Now that's the big picture, kind of a framework into which everything else can fit. But now, let's go a little more into detail and look at a sample question. Notice that there's an opening paragraph or two, and then there's a question to answer. Often you might have several questions to answer for one passage. Our suggestion, always move the question to the top. Why should you do that? Because each question tells you what to look for. So doesn't it make sense to know what you're searching for before you try to find it? Also, if you do this with each question, you'll be rereading the selection several times. And when there's a series of questions about one topic, that going back and forth will make it easier for you to find the answers to upcoming questions. So we'll start by doing that. Let's read the first question you have to answer. It says, in the first paragraph, which of the following is a fact? A. U.S. women should have been granted the right to vote sooner. B. World War I caused countries to give women the right to vote. C. Many other countries gave women the right to vote before the U.S. did. D. Carrie Chapman Catt was a powerful speaker. And E. No one should be prevented from having the right to vote. Notice that the question tells us just where to look to find the answer. We don't have to look at everything, just the first paragraph. So that's good to know. Second, it tells us that we're looking for a fact. That's something you'll come across pretty often in the social studies part of your GED, because the people giving the test want to know that you can tell the difference between a fact and an opinion. Actually, there are 4 kinds of responses you may be asked to identify. They are facts, opinions, inferences, and conclusions. Here's an easy way to tell the difference between them. Facts are things you can prove, usually from the information you were given in the reading. If you were in court, this is what you'd call evidence. Opinions are what someone believes or thinks. It's usually a judgment, something someone believes is right or wrong. Inferences are what someone is trying to say. They don't come right out and say it, but it's inferred or hinted at. In other words, anytime you ask someone, "Are you trying to say?" or you say, "I think what you mean is," you're making an inference about what they said. And finally, conclusions are what you can learn from what was said. It's basically the point of whatever you read or looked at. Now, with that in mind, let's go back to our question. In the first paragraph, which of the following is a fact? Now, what's interesting is that even without reading the text, you can narrow down your answers. How? Because some of the possible answers themselves aren't facts. Here, take a look. Answer A says, U.S. women should have been granted the right to vote sooner. Simply by hearing the words should have, you can tell that this is an opinion. That means it's not a fact. So right there, A would come off your list of possible answers. B reads, World War I caused countries to give women the right to vote. That could be a fact, so let's keep it as a possibility and come back to it later. C says, many other countries gave women the right to vote before the U.S. did. Another possible fact. For D, we read, Carrie Chapman Catt was a powerful speaker. Now, whether someone is powerful or not is an opinion. You can't prove it, so it's not a fact, and it's out. And E, no one should be prevented from having the right to vote. Well, that's a nice thought, but it's still an opinion. So now we're down to two possibilities for the fact we're looking for. One is B, that World War I caused countries to give women the right to vote. The other is C, that many other countries gave women the right to vote before the United States did. So, let's go fact-finding. We're looking to see which of our two remaining choices is a factual statement. Here we see that many countries gave women the right to vote at the end of World War I, but it doesn't say that the war caused it, so that's really not evidence. But here, it says that it wasn't until 1920 that American women were granted the right to vote. Since the war ended in 1918, and some countries gave women the right that year, and others gave it 1 year later in 1919, it's clear that many other countries gave women that right before the United States did. And that's what answer C says. Many other countries gave women the right to vote before the United States did.
Hey guys, if you got value out of this video, can you please be so kind as to give this video a big thumbs up? It actually helps the algorithm distribute this amongst other educational videos on YouTube. I would really appreciate it, and it would help my channel tremendously. So if you haven't already, please consider subscribing and share this video with your friends and family, as well as on social media. And make sure you stay tuned so that you don't miss the next video in this 4-part video series. As I will be sharing with you test-taking strategies you'll learn at Will Do Academy as it pertains to the science portion of the high school equivalency exam. If the next video is already out, you should see it somewhere around here. If not, stay tuned. I'm sure you're going to get a lot of value out of it. And remember to head over to WilfredoReyes.com or click the link below to learn more on how we can help you achieve success the Will Do way. So let me leave you with this one note and one question. Success is a mindset at whatever it is you want to become successful at. And my question to you is this: what are you struggling with? What are your desires? Tell me what you want, and I can tell you how to get it. Just put your comments down below, and I'll be sure to hit you up.